The U.S. Marshals, Fugitive Task Force, and the Milwaukee Police Department are asking for your help in finding 32-year-old Nikeya Strong. Investigators say that Strong stood over Nikeya Shumake and opened fire. He shot her over and over again, a total of 23 times.
A Milwaukee man is on the run after shooting his girlfriend at least 14 times in front of their children. Not only did this mother survive, she asked to share her story on our Milwaukee Crime Stoppers segment to help catch him. Also, the whole shooting was caught on video, which we are about to show you at the victim's urging. But we want to warn you, it's graphic and heartbreaking. When we showed Nikeya Shumake surveillance video of the day her boyfriend shot her 14 times in front of their 3 children, she was quiet at first, watching intently as he chased her out of her minivan after an argument. He ran her down, shooting her until she falls to the ground. And as she's laying there, he continues to shoot her again and again. But it was when her 12-year-old daughter and 5-year-old son get out of the car to stop their dad from killing their mother that Nikeya totally broke down. Re-traumatized, her tears fell, leg shaking uncontrollably. How do you feel watching that video? We asked if she wanted to stop the interview, but she said no, because Nikeya Shumake wants you to see what happened to her from beginning to end.
I would like for the whole video to be played so people can understand from my point of view and from my kids' point of view, so they can actually see how we were feeling right during that moment. And to know that someone that they call dad, someone that we once loved, to turn his back on us.
Watch as Nikeya Strong keeps shooting while she's on the ground, turns to run away, then comes back and shoots several more times to finish the job.
And he just kept shooting, then I just fell to the ground. I just laid there and just lay him, kept shooting until he was done.
What was that like?
Scary. It burned. After a while, your body getting up to it.
Numb and bleeding, she lays on the ground while he runs off down the alley. And after being shot in the head, stomach, arms, and legs at close range, Nikeya Shumake gets up. But what made you get back up?
When I opened my eyes and I see my baby. My eyes was able to focus, so I just got up like this a little bit, and then I was like, oh, I can stand up. And then I just stood up all the way, and I grabbed my babies, and we went. I think the lady, she was just sitting there watching, so I went to her car, and I opened the door, and I pushed her laundry over, and I was like, can you please just take me?
What do you want to say to people who see this?
Just turn them in.
After fleeing down the alley near South 24th and West Lapham, 32-year-old Nikeya Strong is on the run, wanted for attempted homicide. Milwaukee police believe Strong is hiding with friends and family in either Wisconsin, Illinois, or Indiana. And was he always like this?
Not in the beginning.
Nikeya says the two had been dating for 17 years, since they were 15 years old. He was in and out of jail, and their kids have witnessed him abuse her for the last several years. Did you ever think that he would shoot you?
No, ma'am. He pulled the gun out before that, but he didn't use it or anything. He would just calling me stupid and stuff.
Nikeya says days before the shooting, the abuse got worse because she finally broke up with him for good.
I made life so easy for him that he couldn't accept that life was just about to get hard.
Do you hate him?
I do. I really do.
Nikeya could have been part of a growing number of domestic violence victims being killed in Wisconsin. According to the latest numbers from End Domestic Abuse Wisconsin, there were 80 total domestic violence homicides in the state last year. Nearly a third of those were in Milwaukee. This year, there have been 19 DV homicides in the city already, many of them black women.
Some girls don't believe they even in domestic violence because they figure I fight back or I stand up for myself, or they're just giving themselves so many reasons why they not going through domestic violence. But if they really just step back and look, domestic violence come in so many different forms.
Since the shooting, Nikeya says Nikeya Strong has been harassing her through social media from wherever he is. But she's not afraid.
So why would I live in fear? God don't want you to live in fear. He didn't let me live to live in fear.
Why do you think that you're alive today?
I got a mission.
Her mission is to keep protecting her children from Nikeya Strong, their father, and to help other women in abusive relationships get on their feet and out before it's too late. Are you a hero?
The moment I get up off that ground, I was a hero. It was victory for me from that point on.
If you are harboring Nikeya Strong, or you know anyone who is hiding him, or you have information about where he may be, please call Milwaukee Crime Stoppers right now at 414-224-8477. You can also use the P3 Tips app. Either way, submitting your tip won't get you in trouble. No one will ever know who you are. It's anonymous, and if your tip leads to an arrest, you get cash.
Now, Nikeya's case is in the hands of the Milwaukee Police Department and the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force, who say that Nikeya Strong has been previously arrested over 13 times. He's wanted for a string of other charges from various crimes and can now add first-degree attempted homicide for shooting Nikeya, who is the mother of his children. Now, U.S. Marshals warn that Nikeya is armed and dangerous. Prosecutors say there was a disagreement between Nikeya and Nikeya during the car ride where their children were inside. It was over inappropriate pictures that Nikeya was showing their daughter. And when Nikeya realized that Nikeya was actually armed with a gun, she made a run for it. But that did not stop Nikeya. He went after her and shot her multiple times. Now, he has been on the run since the shooting that happened in July of this year and has been taunting Nikeya by posting videos on social media from the various locations that he is hiding out from. Now, the U.S. Marshals warn anyone that may be helping Nikeya, they are risking charges for aiding a fugitive. And if he is at your home, they said that you can be bringing things to your door that you don't want to your door, and one of them is law enforcement. Now, Nikeya is described as 5 feet 5 inches tall and 140 pounds. They say that he has a $ tattoo right on his throat with dollar bills that fly out either side. Now, anyone with information on his whereabouts, they are urged to call the U.S. Marshal tip line at 414-297-3707. They say that you will remain anonymous for whatever tips that you give if it leads to his arrest.
Investigators say he stood over the mother of his children and opened fire.
My arms,
Over
my back,
and over
my legs,
and over again.
my stomach.
She is alive to tell her story.
If a guy hit you once or even disrespect you, he's not for you.
All right, guys. So my take on this case is this. This is a terrible situation, but this is what domestic violence looks like. Unfortunately, this could be the end road, and the results can be even more traumatic, meaning death. So thank God that this woman did not lose her life, but this is what it could lead to. Domestic violence can start off with a shove, with a push, with an emotional put down, with verbal abuse, and then it can escalate to a situation like this. So thank God she was able to walk away with her life, but I am appalled at how he could just be so callous and just shoot her in broad daylight, so blazing, with absolutely no regard for the people around, for the children, his own flesh and blood, to see them hurting and crying, knowing that he's inflicting injuries on their mother, and still run away, then come back and try to shoot her again because he wasn't sure if he had finished the job. It is horrible. You know, now what I need to know is, what was he showing the kid in the back seat? You know, what was he showing? What type of pictures were being showed, you know, for Nikeya to get so outraged and get so upset that, you know, they're arguing over these photos. So I don't know. It didn't really go into detail as to were they, you know, some type of pornographic photos, or were they, you know, just some violent photos. I don't know what he was showing her, but in any event, it was graphic enough for the mother to be upset and it to cause an argument in the car. Now, he just shows her that he had a gun. Then I also, when she seen that gun, she, made a break for it. But I also read somewhere else too that they were already having problems and she was trying to leave him. She had tried to leave many times. And because, she never left, he thought that he was going to just be able to have her in this controlling relationship forever. But she finally had enough and it was over. And he felt it like, okay, she's leaving me. She's going to leave me. I mean, so it must have been something really over the top, out of line that he was showing the child in the back seat for, her to get enraged enough to want to end the relationship, coupled with the abuse. But this is, like I said, sadly, this is domestic violence. This is what it can lead to. There are many women that are in this situation. And please, if you are one of those women, please take a look in the description box below. There are numbers of resources that can help you get out and get help today. Now, another thing that I want to say about our communities. Now, the woman that was on the scene that took Nikeya to the hospital and witnessed this man shoot over 20 times at this woman, I need to know, was she trying to call the ambulance? Was she trying to call the police? Or was she simply just being a bystander, witnessing and watching? Now, we have to do better in our communities because we cannot allow crimes to take place and we see people get hurt and we just do nothing because we want to mind our business. We don't want to get involved. Like this woman could have died, so it could have had, a different result. So calling the police, calling EMS services, that is not being a snitch. That's calling for help. That's saving someone's life. So we got to do better. I mean, we'll pull out phones and record when people are being in, situations like this, when people are experiencing trauma and being beat up or, shot at. I mean, we will sit there and actually record it. So thank God that she was able to walk away with her life. But I mean, what a mother, right? This just shows the strength of a black woman, of a black mom, that when she is being shot, she still finds the strength to get up off the ground, grab her children and get them to safety. She just wanted to show them kids that I'm okay because they were traumatized. They were sitting there watching and crying. All they could think of is, oh my God, is my mom dead? Did he kill her? She wanted to show them that mommy is okay. Let's go. And she probably, of course, can you imagine the pain she was feeling? She's probably bleeding everywhere, but she still grabbed her children and held them close and got them away. And where is Nikeya? Who is hiding him? Do you think that his friends, family? I mean, if they're family, they would be related to these children as well. So how could you hide a person that has done such a crime? It never ceases to amaze me what people would do these days. So drop down in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are. As always, I'm interested in hearing from you. Until next time, be sure to like this video, share the video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye, guys.